Alright, so what is up, YouTube? This is Josh from Team Delta V. I'm going to be discussing the November 9th, 2015 ban list. Now, again, Konami did not put an effective end date on this list. I wonder why. One of the first things I did notice going through this is Norden and Instant Fusion were not touched at all. Instead, they touched every engine in which it's played, pretty much. Except Mermails. Mermails are going to be tier 1 again. I hope, at least. I really do like that deck. Playing against it is rough. It's very tough to beat the deck, and I think that's why I like the deck so much. I don't mind the fact that I never built the deck. I don't mind the fact that I never really beat the deck, because I usually play decks that have bad matchups against it. But yeah, all in all, I really like Mermails, and they're fun to play against because it's a challenging duel. But yeah, let's get into what Konami has done with the ban list. First off, Opposite Fort Towers is just gone. It's banned. They said no, we're done with this. This is not fair. When you put this out, you generally win the game. So we're just gonna get rid of it. Take away any easy win cards. Next, they got rid of Shuret. Sorry, not Trish. Trish is untouched, but Shuret to 0. That was, at first it was questionable to me, but then I kind of thought, well, the reason they put it to 1 is because of the shenanigans with this card being able to just be the whole tribute and search. Now, if it only could be the whole tribute, that'd be completely different, because then, with it gone, now you can play Gishki Vision, you can play Gishki Shadow, they work the same as the full tribute. It doesn't really make a difference then. However, they did hurt macros in other ways that make it almost entirely unusable. But yeah, Shuret to ban Shuret was, in my opinion, a good move. I like it. I think that kind of says, Necros, you need to slow down. You controlled the game way too long. We're done with you. You had more time than Dragon Rulers, and you did more work than Dragon Rulers, and we're tired of seeing you. And then we have Construct Band. I'm so thankful for that. That is the most necessary hit on this list. Second, actually. There's one other hit that's more necessary than it, in my opinion. But we'll get to that. Then we have Exiton. I don't think this needed to get hit at all. Yeah, it's a great card. Yeah, it's incredibly powerful, and it gets you so much advantage very easily. But it's also very, very restricted on when you can use it. It's very, very situational. You have to be down in card advantage. You have to have this. You have to have that. The only time it's really good is when you're going first, playing Necros or playing any rank 4 deck against Clifford, where you just open with a -1 play into this, or a neutral play into this. Your opponent draws. As soon as they try to make Scout, you just blow them up. Or sorry, as soon as they go battle phase, you blow them up. Or if they pass turn, you draw for turn and blow them up, because they probably want +1. Or you go -1, then blow them up. Either way, you just blow them up. So I don't think Exiton was necessary as a hit. That was it for the things that were banned. Personally, I would have liked to see Heavy Storm come off of the banned list. This doesn't need to be banned anymore. Harpy's Feather Duster still needs to be banned, unfortunately. Another card I wish kind of, came off of here was Elemental Hero Stratos. Unfortunate. Also, Jin Releaser of Rituals could have come off here with the other hits they had to the deck. The only build that would be playable would be like a Jin Lock Turbo, where you play 3 of that, 3 Clausulus. But yeah, all in all, that's what they did. Or didn't do. Solemn Judgment could come back to 1, in my opinion. I mean, most people will disagree with me on that, but that's just because I really like having a lot of negation in a deck. So yeah. Then you see right off the bat in here, Scout to 1. Now, in my opinion, this was not 100% necessary. I think they did it just because they also hit Necros of Bryanak to 1. Personally, I would have liked to see the level 6s both hit to 1, both Carrier and Helix to 1 would have been real nice, because those are like the reason Clifford stays relevant. Being able to get rid of monsters and spells and traps alike, just like, oh, you have cards, get rid of them, and using stealth to make it completely unchainable chain, where it's like, alright, Normal summon Stealth using Helix and Carrier, bounce that monster, destroy that back row, bounce that monster, and you can't chain to it. It's like, well, that's no fair. But yeah, whatever. Not much you can do about that until the next ban list comes out. But yeah. Then we have Graph to 1. I would like to see Seer in its place, but, you know, whatever. Not much I can do about that either. This card is the second best hit they could have done. Or actually third best. Dante would have been the first best, and then Seer, and then Graph. Dante was untouched, unfortunately. But yeah, Graph and Seer and Mathematician are all hit. And then Mathematician, as you can see, went to 1. Now, I would have liked to see this gone to 2 instead of 1, just because it is splashable into other engines that are less competitive. And since you already neutered the other decks, or the main decks that it goes in, that are competitive, it doesn't really make a big difference. But 2 would have made it enough as to where it's a hit, but not so much where you cannot play any deck that it would be in, or you cannot play this card in any deck, I should say. So yeah. Then we have 1 Neckers of Bryanak, which I like this hit a lot. Almost as much as the next one, which is Neckers of Unicorn to 1. That just makes me super happy. Because this card was the whole deck, essentially. It's Unicorn Send Herald, or Send Herald summon Unicorn off of Kaleidoscope, and that's like +2 play. Or it will net you at +2 in the end of the turn. I also like this hit because I play Yang Zhings, and now they have 1 out in their main deck to my Chao Fang. Actually, 1 out period to my Chao Fang, if I make it right. So yeah, this is very nice to see, regardless of what deck you play. Unless you're playing Necros, this is what you wanted. And I'm gonna be honest, I think most Necros players wanted Unicorn to 1. Just because the shenanigans need to stop. Not because they want them, because they need to stop. It's bad for the game. Then we have Ulti Canahawk. Now, at first glimpse, I thought, well, why? Ritual Beasts, yeah, they're powerful, and yeah, they're good and consistent, can top quite consistently, but why only Ulti Canahawk? They didn't touch anything else. In my opinion, Steeds was the first card that came to mind that should be hit. Steeds. Then I thought about it and how the deck actually plays, and Ulti Canahawk is the loop. This card just starts getting them advantage, so much advantage that it's just unfair. And in the end, I do agree this is the right hit for Ritual Beasts, if that's all they want to do is 1 hit. But yeah, then they have El Shaddoll Fusion to 1, which to me is just awesome. I love it. It makes me happy because this card just needed to go to 1. This card caused way too many shenanigans, and I didn't want to see that anymore. And then the most necessary, I was talking about House what was it up here? Being banned. Construct being banned was the second most necessary hit on the entire list. The most necessary hit right here, Rhoda. This card is too splashable, too versatile, gets you too many different cards, and this at least touches S-Knights. So Toner Knight's finally getting touched. Okay, now I understand when the deck first came out, it did have only 1 of this, so it's going back to the original format of it, really. But now, or at least I think it was at 1, maybe. I don't remember 100%. But yeah, I think it was at 1. But now, at least, the deck isn't so easy to go into just Deneb, search, set 3, pass. That play is just, it's an easy +1 that should not exist, in my opinion. I don't like S-Knights at all. I usually destroy them because I just don't let them resolve a Triver, so yeah. Now, there were some things on the limited list I would have liked to see, no longer limited. Namely, Diva to 2. Deep Sea Diva to 2 would have been really, really nice. Moral Talk to 2 would have been nice. I'm not a huge Artifact fan. I kind of hate the entire deck, but I feel like it could have come to 2 and not made a big difference. I want Red MD to 2 or 3 just because I like this card a lot. It's got cool art. It's a good card. It's got a great effect. You know, all in all, it's just I wanted to see it come to 2. Book of Moon, I wanted to see it at 2. Mind Control was one of the cards I really want to see at 3, but will never happen. Same with Soul Charge and Torrential Tribute, Compulse, stuff like that. Then we have the things that are now semi-limited, and that's Just Sir. It's the only new card, and that's a good hit. There's nothing really else you can say about it other than I wanted it 1. And then we have the things that are or no longer on the list, I should say. And that's Chaos Sorcerer. That needed to happen a long, long, long time ago. Xian. I don't like it personally just because I hate the card. I don't like the card. But it doesn't really affect anything in my opinion. So yeah, Fate to 3 is the only card here that, in my opinion, will make a big difference. The spellbooks have always, with or without 3 Fate, have always been strong. The deck has so much searchability, so much ability, such a great ability to go +1, +2, or +3 like that. Just like boom, 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 +2. The ability to easily drop World or High Priestess. I know High Priestess is just a million times better, but the ability to drop High Priestess just out of the blue and then just, oh, I'm just going to banish this from my graveyard, blow up any card you have. That's really good. All in all, this is the only thing I would say I don't agree with on the unlimited list. The things that were unlimited, they're no longer on the list. I would have liked to see this go to 2 before it went to 3. See what happens while it's at 2, and from there decide whether to put it back at 1, leave it at 2, or bring it to 3, versus just go 1 to 3, because that kind of brings it from, okay, the deck's good, but not really going to compete with the meta, to, okay, the deck is A, good, and B, now has has 3 copies of a major power card. That's just so powerful. It's a non-targeted banishment of any card on my opponent's side of the field. Why wouldn't I play 3 of it, first off? Second, why is this at 3? This card doesn't target, it just banish. This is Tiramisu on steroids, and a quick play spell card that I can use and chain to stuff on my opponent's turn. Why is it at 3? In my opinion, Tiramisu shouldn't even be at 3. And that's just because the card is just non-targeted removal of 2 cards. That's pretty nutty. And then Gear to 3. Now, once Shadal's came out, I feel like this card could have come back to 3 right away. So it was basically one format it needed to stay at 1, and then it could come back to 3. Just like that. There wasn't really any time where 1 really broke the deck. You could, like, to the point where it wasn't playable. I feel like even with 1, there are variants of the deck and builds of the deck that are just as competitive as when this was at 3. But yeah, in my opinion, this card could have come back last year, same time last year, October 2014, it could have come back to 3. And the reason being is Gyukia just aren't going to compete nearly as well as they did in hat format. Just because in hat format, the deck could just set armor and then set 3 back row and sit, and then just keep every turn flip it face up. Okay, you want to moral attack it? Okay. I'll just go and summon my arsenal and then summon another one and set it. And it's like, okay, go. And I have all my back row that's just saying, okay, whatever you do, I will stop. I have breakthrough skills. I have fiendish chains. I have veilers. I have everything you have and then some. So yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. As I said, there were some things I didn't agree with, some things I did agree with. All in all, it is an effective list. I like the list. I'm so thankful Rhoda's to 1. I'm so thankful Unicorn's to 1. And I'm so thankful that Construct is banned. Let me know what you guys think of the list in the comment section. You guys can post video responses, whatever you want to do. Just let me know what you guys think. I will be sure to respond to your comments, video responses, whatever means of letting me know. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.